Hello, hello, everybody. Make sure my mic is on. Yay. That's a good start. Welcome, everyone, to a beautiful snowy morning in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I love snow so much. It's almost a problem how much I love snow. But I almost end up getting thrown out into snow when I overdo it with people who don't like snow. And that's okay. It's not for everyone. I am a winter baby. I was born in February, of course, so I think that's just why I like snow and I enjoy it. So, many blessings, many snow blessings to everyone today. I do want to start off by sending love out to the world. And if you'd like to join me, I would appreciate it. When one of us sends love out to the world, it changes things. When two of us do, it's even more. And then when we do it together, the energy multiplies, not only just adds up, but it multiplies. So if you would like to join me, I'm just going to take a deep breath and come back here to this moment. And then just let that love from above flow down into our hearts and fill us up and then overflow out to the world. And whether you're watching this on replay or live right now, we go outside of space and time because energy, the love energy of above, knows no time, no space. And so we meet outside of time and space to give love. And if any of you need any love energy right now for your mind, your heart, your body, your spirit, or if you know of anyone that you want to send love to, we join with you in sending love to you and to others. And to those of you that feel like you have a broken heart and feel alone, know that you are never alone. You have a host of beings of unconditional love and light that surround you. You've got guardian angels and angels. You've got your spirit guides, definitely loved ones who are on the other side already, and ancestors who you didn't even know. They surround you with love and light. Beautiful. Such beautiful love energy today. Thank you guys so much for joining in. I feel the love and just so grateful. So grateful. Um, excuse me. I know my morning voice is going to clear up here, so I apologize. There we go. Frog in my throat. I did want to thank you guys for all the love and prayers you did send to my host. She came home from the hospital yesterday feeling great and wonderful, and she's celebrating life. She's very, very grateful. So, thank you guys so much for that. And good news. All right. Um, so early this morning, the December monthlies are out. So just make sure you guys know all about that. Here is the playlist for that. Of course, there's still about 12 days left in November. So the November readings, you can still access those. This is the playlist for all those. They're all by individual zodiac sign. So those are all handy. And the time is running out to enter the celebration of the 1,000 and plus subscribers on YouTube. I will be drawing uh, 10 free 1 hour personal readings for 10 individuals. And if you have not seen that and watch the video to see how you can get into that drawing, here's the playlist for that. You'll have until this Sunday, until midnight my time to get into the drawing, and then I'll start uh, drawing one name a day after that for 10 days and making announcements. So I'm excited. I can't wait. I love doing readings. If you cannot tell, I can't help myself sometimes. But I do love it. So I'm excited for that. And on that note, I also each week for the rest of this year, I also do a weekly drawing for a 30-minute personal recorded reading. And I usually don't stay to 30 minutes. That's me. But so I do a drawing there, and that's based on these weekly energy updates that I put out every Saturday at first thing in the morning at midnight. So Friday night at midnight, Saturday morning, however you look at that. But I put out again individual zodiac signs for the rest of the next week. So this one will be the ones that are dated November 13th. You still have time to do that. Usually, like my Saturday morning, after my Saturday morning session, I'll go eat and do some other stuff, and then I'll start posting that the drawing is closed, and I'll pin a comment on each of the videos, and then I draw names and or a name, and then I announce it on Sunday. So I'm excited to do that too. So all of those opportunities for messages from above and winning personal recorded reading as well. So that is what I have for you. So enough with the announcements, but I want to share all those things because they're new videos that have come out. Oh yeah, and they're like, don't forget the pick a card. They had the pick a card for this week was why is this happening to me? And so I think there was four for this week. So there's four options, and there's the playlist for that too. So beautiful, beautiful. They love communicating with us so much. We just, if you could feel the energy and the excitement and the joy that I feel when they're coming through to provide readings, you'd be like, really? They really care about us this much? Oh, yeah. They love you so much. They're always talking to us, and they'll find all sorts of ways to get messages to us too. So I love it. All right. So enough of all that. Let me just pop out the chat here. We'll get going here. Hopefully, everyone has had an amazing day or night or wherever you're at in the world. And we will see what Spirit has for us today. Okay, almost set up here. Here we go. All right. So, Jessica Sample, you are up first, and then Rishi, you will be up after that. Let me just clear the pipes here. All right. So, you want insight on the upcoming week, Jessica. Let's take a look here and see what we've got going on here. I thank you guys so much already for all the thumbs up on the video. You guys just blow me away. Thank you for being a part of sending out love to the world. We know it definitely needs it, right? Okay. So, Jessica, what would they like you to know about the upcoming week? So, next week, we'll do it from today through next Sunday, not this Sunday, but like 9 days. Let's see what they want you to know. Okay. A little bit of combo here. Let's see what we got. All right. Well, we do have a little bit of change that's going to be kind of turning here because where do I want to go first? I've got like, they want to bring these two together first. You've got both the Wheel of Fortune, which is a 10, and the 10 of Wands, which of course is a 10. And the Wheel of Fortune is about things changing, things moving in your life. And the 10 of Wands is about you kind of the energy that you invested in something in your life is you're ready. You are ready to let it go. You're ready to say, okay, I've invested enough energy in this thing, and now I'm ready for this switch, for this transformation, this change. And You also have, so all those tens are endings, right? And then you have two aces, which are new beginnings. So you have new love that is developing, and you have new thoughts and new beliefs that are also developing. And I feel these are so intertwined with that. It's like regarding love, I feel like you have felt like you invested enough in something and you're ready to move on, and you're ready to let expectations go around certain things, and to transform, because you also have the Six of Cups here, which normally is about like the codependency awareness card for me when it comes to relationship. But for this, I feel like it's beyond that for you. I feel like you have been really working on that on the inside. And I think that's where this, you're like, I'm done. I'm done over giving to get back, right? You're like, "No, I am doing my cost benefit analysis, and it's not worth it for me anymore." It was up to a certain point because of the beliefs you had about yourself, but I feel like you've been really, really pondering and doing that because here comes the Queen of Wands. You're like, I am owning my power. I'm going to invest it where I want to, and I'm going to move forward. Also, the cat here is usually a black cat, but I like that it's a cheetah because it's like fast moving and energy. But it's about you, connecting to the higher realms, because she not only rules over fire, she also has water that's given to all the queens. And so it is your ability to connect to the higher realms and your intuition and your gut. And you're just like done. And you're ready to take ownership and take power and move forward. And you have the Four of Wands. And I love the combination here because it reminds me here of the Wheel of Fortune, and the fire that you're putting behind it is this change. And I almost feel like I don't mean this in a aggressive way, but it's like the wheel turns and you're holding on, but the other person goes "Psst," and you're like, "'Cause I'm done." Excuse me, and you're letting it go. You're letting this fall away, and you are no longer investing energy in it. You're just like, "You know what? I'm just gonna let it go with the flow and let it flow away." They're showing me in my head, like, a fast moving stream, and it's like you're holding on. There's this big branch, and you're, like, holding on to it with your legs, and you're bending down, and you're trying to help someone in the water, and they're pulling on you, and they're pulling on you, but they're not helping at all, and it's like you're trying to pull them out of the water, but they're just acting like a big just sack of whatever, just like a sack of potatoes just laying there going, "Help me, rescue me." And you're like, "You know what? I'm done." And you're letting it go, and then that's going with the stream, and you're just releasing it. And so I really like that for you for this upcoming week. It's very empowering for you. So that's what they have for you right now, Jessica. So many blessings. Wow. High five. All right. Rishi, you are up. And then beautiful Princess Piki. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, Gail, who's my host, very, very well. Um, Feeling so good. It's good to see just her whole countenance of her face change. She's not in pain, and she's free, free at last. Almost 2 weeks there. But I said, the vacation's over. It's time to get back to work. So she's glad to be home. So thank you so much. And he'd like some advice on how you can feel more empowered to speak your truth. You still feel fear while speaking up and would appreciate. Okay, let's see what Spirit has to say there. You're not alone. I mean, that's why we're taught from very, very early ages, right, to be quiet and obey. And that's our foundation for our life. Be quiet and obey. Listen to your parents. Don't speak up, don't talk back, or you get smacked or punished, right? And you get rewarded for doing what people want. And so we have this fear of losing the stuff we do have and or getting blah 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 or psh, 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 or a spanking or a switch or whatever, right? So we'll take a look here. All right. Let's see what we got here. I'm just gonna just one quick sec here. All right. Cleared. Okay. So let's take a look here. And yeah, isn't that funny? Clearing your throat chakra to be able to speak. So I see. I see. All right. So let's take a look here. And the energy is flowing. So let me take this off so I don't start sweating. All right. So what would they like you to know? Okay. What else? Feeling that card was going to come up. So the Three of Pentacles, which is exactly what you're talking about. The Three of Pentacles is about the authentic, being the authentic you. And there's usually three people in the card, right? That one of them is the dream buster, the naysayer. Why are you doing it that way? Don't do it that way. No, this is the way you should do it. You have to do it this way. Why are you doing that? That's not going to make any money. Do this. Blah, 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 blah. Or the Punisher, like I was talking about. And the other one is someone who is supporting, like, I'm so proud of you. I can't wait to see what you do with this. And you're just so good. I can't wait. But have you ever thought of doing it this way? And they not really consciously are pulling you off of your authentic path of speaking up to your authentic ways. And so, spirit steps in and going, when we look at the fears, we look at the fears of punishment, and we look at the fears of losing support. And, our ultimate fear of when we get down to the root of everything, of all our fears, when you get down deep enough, it's the fear of rejection. We fear that it's going to mean we're unlovable and unacceptable. We're going to be rejected by everyone. We're going to be thrown outside of our city to the outskirts. They're not even going to let us in the city, and no one's going to give us food. And we're going to starve to death in the wilderness and be eaten by wild animals. When you really get down to your fears that are so deep, and we start speaking them, they sound kind of silly, because when we face our fears and we look at them, we realize, wow, um, these things are not true. You always know that you'll find you can go to another city. You don't have to stay on the outskirts of that city and starve to death. You're like, well, I'm going to go find somewhere where they do. At least one person out of the billions in the planet, there's going to be at least one. I could even say there's probably 10, maybe even 100, maybe even 1,000 out of billions of people that are going to love you and accept you for who you are and support you, right? This is a matter of that it's like the beliefs we have in our head of who it is that we want to love and accept us, and we attach to that. And then if we're like, you know what? There it is. That's, um, if they reject me, they reject me. I'm gonna, if it's my family that rejects me, then I'm gonna find and make my own family, whether it's friends and things like that, or you fall in love and you start a family, whatever it may be. It's like I get to decide what people's response and reactions to me matter, to me, even though I've been brainwashed since very young that when this happens, this is what it means about me. It's like, does it? You told me it does, but does it? And I get to decide. And there's this power that comes in with all of this because you do have the Six of Swords, which is about moving from old ways of thinking and expectations to new ways of thinking, leaving behind like three beliefs that are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love, fear of rejection, right? Moving into three, higher capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love, a love that you cannot lose, a love that is eternal, perfect, right? And so we move from rough waters to calm waters. And it's about why we want to speak up and how we speak up. When we're in a place of inward of living our truth, we don't have to speak up about our truth to prove it to anyone else, right? So when we want to speak our truth from a place of love, people will accept it more. It's like, well, this is what I need for me, and I hope you understand that this is something that's so important to me, and I'm trying to do this for my life, versus this is what I want to do, and you better just take it or rah rah rah, which is going to be received, right? When we speak from a place of love, love is ignited. When we speak from a place of fear, fear is ignited in other people because they don't want to be controlled. They don't want to feel unsafe and out of control. That's our human core. And so we do go through this, you know, kind of metamorphosis when we begin to wake up more and more to who we are. We stop worrying so much about our small t truths and trying to prove that our opinion of small t truths that are rooted in fear are more truer than other people's small t truths that are rooted in fear. We stop battling and we open up and we spend more time inside of us going, why am I getting upset? What is this mirror showing me? We move inward instead of trying to control things that are outside of our control. We move inside where we are in control of what a story we put to any situation and what emotion we want to feel as we go through it. And you realize that you are holding the power to all your blocks. We all are. We have all these um, wands here that are blocking it. And look at, they're all moons, but there's one sun, which is the ace of wands, and that is what we're holding. And when we realize that it's our power, but what we're focusing on that is blocking us from moving forward, we remove that, and then that leaves a gap that you just walk through. And the 9 is the hermit's number, and it's the hermit's journey that we move inward and upward. And that star is your higher self that guides your path and shows you capital T truths rooted in unconditional love. And it helps move away these energies that we're focusing on fear. And then things start to transform, things start to move and change and become different. And then you do have the Ace of Pentacles, which does represent a change in your worth as you relate yourself to the outside world. And in doing that, also opens up new opportunities in the outside world. So, the advice from Spirit about being empowering and speaking your truth and speaking up is to speak up on the inside first and really look at what am I speaking up about and why is that important? And let me speak to myself first and see how that is more true, right? When he talked about the mirroring quite a bit. Excuse me. So we do have this wonderful reflection where if we like in my life, I say people are like, how can you communicate with spirit so much? I go, well, they took me through wonderful, wonderful lessons to learn to shut up and listen to them. And in a kind way, in a humorous way. They're just like, when you get out of the way, everything's fine. And I'm like, you are so right. I used to have fear and anxiety about doing readings and speaking what was coming through because I'm like, what if I'm wrong? What if this? What if that? And they're like, well, if you just get out of the way, it'll be fine because we'll be the ones that are speaking, not you. And I'm like, oh, well, that's easy enough. And so we do the same thing in our life. We get out of our fear ego and let that step aside. Our higher self gets to experience life differently. So that's what they have for you. And I feel like that was the first two have been really in depth. And I feel like those are for more than just, of course, us. It's for everyone else too. because they love speaking to a whole bunch of people all at once. So if that resonated for you guys, just know that that was from your spirit guides too in stereo. So, so that's what they have for you right now, Rishi. If you have any other questions, please let me know. All right. Many blessings to you. Beautiful Princess Pinky, you are up. And then Marie, you will be up after that. So beautiful, Princess. Anything about marriage? And are you manifesting your soulmate? And is he also manifesting you? All right, let's take a look here and see what they want you to know about marriage. So, all right. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. They are really wanting to speak today, evidently. Okay. Let's see what these other two are here too. Okay. So you got the first two cards that popped out here are the Eight of Swords, which swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. You can see all the strings here that are being pulled here. Excuse me. So you can see here that these are all these are the small teachers that I've been talking about. Fears of rejection, the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos, the have tos, the musts, all of those things kicking in. And these are your beliefs around. So, because we're talking about marriage, this is what a marriage means, all the expectations of who you are supposed to be in marriage, how marriage comes about, what a marriage continues to be, who the other person in the marriage is. And so there's all this stuff that you almost feel out of control with it all. And you have the justice card that comes in here, which the justice card is about balancing the small T truths with capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love. The Ace of Swords here is the gift. It allows you to start seeing things from a higher perspective and it balances out. Now we have the Justice card showing up here. And of course, we just had also um, a portal on November 11th, which will impact you for the rest of the month. So still almost for 2 weeks around. And okay, I was like, I knew I had the playlist somewhere. So I'm going to throw that out here. So for anyone that has not looked at that yet, there is individual readings for each individual zodiac sign. And with Justice card popping up here, I feel like that is them also saying if you haven't checked out your um, moon sign and or your Venus sign, because those are moon is emotions, which you got the moon card here. So maybe they're telling you look at the moon reading for the justice card there, for those justice readings, because you do have both of those. So if you know your moon sign, check that out. And if you don't know your moon sign, if you go to like a free site like astro.com is the one I use, but they have plenty out there. Just be careful, of course. Make sure it's a legitimate one before you give your date of birth and everything to it. But you can find your moon sign and really look into that, because they are having you look into the your unconscious, conscious beliefs around relationship, because this is going to allow you to free up things and have a change of possibilities, because it's going to align your energy, because you have the Four of Wands here, which is all the faded whale. I love how they have this one here, because the faded wheel and the Four of Wands is a very solid foundational energy for you. And this is what they want. They want this balancing to where it's equals and you guys are on equal footing on your energies, and that it's a matchup. It magnetizes and draws you guys together. And until you do that, it's like your energy around your worth and what you're worthy of is different. And for your marriage, the reason why there's this pause is they're wanting you to work on those things inside of you so that it can open up more. Because you do have your Five of Pentacles here, which is this worth energy. The Pentacles is the outside world, but it's about having felt abandoned, having felt being out in the cold and neglected in your past, which really had a laid a foundation for your worth and how you like what you feel you deserve. And that's the kind of stuff that they're wanting you to look at that will open up because the 5 is a number of change and they are looking into the worth and where you it's all about your self-love and your belief in your right to receive love and what kind of love. And so they're really expanding that through this because you have the Prince of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Pentacles in the Standard Tarot. And it's all about the movement of your worth. And that because all knights are on a quest, and this is the quest of your worth. The Ace of Pentacles is uh, how you relate your worth to the outside world. And so you are on this quest for that. Knight of Pentacles is also the slowest night because we change from the outside, I'm sorry, from the inside out, not the outside in. And all the other nights are about your mind, your emotions, your energy. But this one is about the outside world. And so that's, them saying that there is a season for it and it takes time for things to unfold. And but the faster you work on your inner worth and your inner love, the more you magnetize yourself for the love that is meant for you to be drawn in. And as they also work on themselves, that matches that energy up. Like we said with that 4 of Wands, it's equal energy bringing you guys together. So that's, excuse me, what they are wanting you to know right now in regards to marriage and you're talking about manifesting a soulmate and manifesting each other. That's what they're talking about. The energy is you uh, change the energy that you are, you start drawing in different people, right? And I know this from experience. When you feel low about yourself and you don't feel you deserve to draw people that are faithful and whatever, you're going to draw in mirrors to show you that you're going to draw in the same energies. And so as you work on this, we stop doing what we always did and getting what we always got, and we change our energy and we magnetize it and change it to bring something else in. So that is what they have for you, Pinky. So many blessings to you. I know you are all ready to head off and do that. All right. So Marie, you are up, and then Anjali, you be up after that. Excuse me. Already finished that cup. Excuse me so much. Now I'll move on to my warmer coffee since that coffee got cold already. All right. So Marie, a career reading from now to the end of December. Let's take a look here. See what they have for you. Thank you guys so much for being here and for your patience as I work my way down the list too. Sometimes spirit goes way, way deep, but it's always for all of us. I know when they go like ballistic in what they're sharing, I'm like, okay, this is for more than just us two. So, wow. So your career reading to the end of the year, I really like this because you've got the Ace of Swords, which is about communication and creativity, but it's also about cutting away expectations around what kind of career you should have or job or how the job should be, just all these rules around it. And you're connecting to higher information. And I like this because I was like, what is this, a career reading or a love reading? But this is a love reading in a way that it's you opening up to allow yourself to love yourself enough to have a career that makes your heart sing. Because you've got both the page, yeah, the Princess of Cups is the page, and the King. So both divine masculine, divine feminine energies coming in. And of course, the King of Cups, not only does he rule over water, he also has air, which allows him to have a balance between heart and mind in the where they're headed. And so I feel like with both of these, especially like new moon and full moon, there's a cycle that you're going through and a change that's coming up so that but it's having you focus and release your expectations on so much in the mind of the supposed to and the should and the need to with career, and really look from your heart. Trust your intuition. Trust where your heart wants to take you. And, when we're left with like these decisions, which I feel will be coming up for you of, do you want to go off in this direction? What they're showing me is um, an example of when I used to work in corporate life, which is, do you want to go off into management and manage people, manage teams and develop and blah, 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 and discipline and write people up and fire people and hire people and blah, 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 right? It's like, okay. Or become a trainer where you go and you help people that are, with orientating people as they come into the company and training them, helping set them up for success. And um, also like, uh, what do they call it? Alumni training, where you're helping people raise their level and raise their skills. No discipline, none of that. It's like all like a teacher without having to grade them and whatever, but not having to fire people. And so you have this um, opportunities coming up, and it's like, what does your heart like? For me, they showed me that because I was in management for a lot, but that's one of the things I hated, was disciplining people and telling them when they weren't meeting up to the corporate standard, right? I had a trainer's heart, a teacher's heart, so I loved helping my reps and helping people that reported to me learn and grow and get hired into positions and move up in the company. That was my joy. The other, so it's like that kind of thing coming up for you, Marie, is what I'm seeing coming through. And follow your heart. Your heart wants you to honor them. And so that you could wake up and be so excited about what you want to do, instead of going, okay, I'm going to work today, instead of, oh, I get to go to work today. It's not even, doesn't even feel like work because my heart is in it and I'm enjoying it. So that's what they have for you, Marie. So many blessings for you. Right? Anjali, you are up next. And then Kritika, you will be up after that. So, Satish's hidden subconscious messages for you. He's secretive, man. And you want to know what's going on with him anyway. Well, let's see what spirit is willing to let you know. Some things, of course, are none of our business. Um, but let's see what they'll allow us to know about what's going on with Satish that will help Anjali in her path. All right, let's take a look here. Okay. Excuse me. The first cup that came out, the first cup, the first card that came out is the Prince of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups. And there is emotional movement that's going on in their life. And we'll talk about that. In fact, we'll talk about that now. Please say. So there is the Seven of Cups, which is about emotional confusion. They've got a lot of emotional things that are happening in their life, but they're also looking at leaving behind emotions that no longer serve them. So they're in the midst of this, just huge emotional revamp, clarification, this quest, all of the knights are on a quest, and this knight is on the quest for higher love and secure love with that Ace of Cups. Let's see if we can get it to kind of focus. There it is. So you can see he's got that Ace of Cups in his hand, and even the Lotus here too. But so there is this emotional movement, this emotional, and like you said, he's a very private person. I think he's a real thinker because he's got all this stuff going on underneath the surface that some of it he doesn't even know about in his conscious mind because it is subconscious, right? But so since you're wanting to speak to his subconscious mind as shadow, they're letting you know he's going through a lot of emotional turmoil, a lot of emotional confusion, deciding what emotions he's letting go that no longer serve him, and having this emotional movement forward in his life. So all that's going on in the inside. And the Emperor card is also here, which is about wanting to find stability in their life here. So sorry. Eventually, my pipes will be clean here, so I apologize. You have to hear me coughing a lot. All right. So, but the Emperor is about the stability of the number four, where they just want to feel like they have this control over their life, where they felt out of control before. And so and I feel like this comes up a lot for Satish because he has the Ace of Wands, which is about passion and drive and go, 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 go. And the Eight of Pentacles is about the outside world that's unfolding and the outside world that is um, he's moving up, and his desire to move up in the world, in relationship, in job and education and money and body and possessions. It's just like that is the emperor, and that's why all these emotions are down underneath the surface, because he really has his mind is what he's focusing on and the outside world. And that's why these emotions are always stuffed down underneath the surface, that are always impacting us, even when we push them down into our subconscious down there. They're still running. It's like having a computer screen and you have, like, you pull up a site to play music and you minimize it and you forget. And you're like, where's that music coming from? It's still running underneath the surface, even though it's not on your main screen, it's minimized down there. You're like, what's going on? And so it's still impacting him. He just isn't aware of the emotional stuff that's going on. Um, and secretive, I I feel like that his shadow is offering an alternative to the word secretive and to protective, really protecting because of the pain and the stuff that they've had before, the fears that they have had. They have this protection mechanism that has them keep their heart in a metal box because people have trampled all over it in his life. And so, if you look at it, that he's being protective of himself rather than secretive. Secretive is like, this is what he's doing to me, but this is about what he's doing for himself. And so we can change that around. Now, Spirit is saying, instead of looking in your energy about what's going on with Satish, they're wanting you to turn these questions around to you and replace his name with you, and asking, what is Anjali um, hiding in uh, hiding? What is the subconscious message that you are trying to tell yourself? How are you being secretive to yourself? And they're saying, focus your energy on what's going on with you. So I like those turnarounds because that helps you look at what the mirror is really trying to show you, because otherwise the mirror will continue to be the mirror that it is. So that's what they would recommend for you, Anjali, with the energy that comes up. When it comes up about Satish, switch it around and put your name on it and see what bubbles up, what you bring from your subconscious to your conscious. So I like that for you. So many blessings for you, Anjali. Sending you many, many blessings. All right. Kritika, you are up next. And then Liliana, you will be up after that. So Kritika, you want to know about Anna Vesh. Are they going to get a government job or of a police officer? Okay. And what's his career and financial situation? Let's take a look here, see what they are willing to let us know. So, let Anavesh, please. All right. So we've got both the Four of Pentacles, which is about a solid foundation in the outside world. So when you're talking about, I'm pointing at my screen, when you're talking on here on the chat that I'm looking at that you can't see, the financial situation, the Four of Pentacles shows a solid foundation in the outside world because the number four is like a table with four huge legs on it. It's a very solid foundation. So I'm that really is speaking there to you. And then the Judgment card comes in here, which is the double endings and double new beginnings kind of energy, and this calling of their higher self down for their human self, calling them into this new area of their life. And I see that here because we also have the Prince of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles, which is new opportunities, new things unfolding in the outside world for them. And I kind of feel like with that Judgment card being a calling from their higher self to go in a different direction, that this is about uh, a different way that they are looking at things in their life, because the Ace of Pentacles is about changing the way they relate their worth to the outside world. And the Knight of Pentacles is the slow, steady progress. But the Knight, that's what the Knight here is in search of. This is the Ace of Pentacles. And this is what they're searching for. And I feel like with this evolution of their government job and career, it's like they're moving away from what they normally would look at things to move in a different direction. And I say that because of these two cards, because these all came out in twos. So this Two of Pentacles is the balancing of the higher and the lower, and about them being in a position and being at a place in their life where they move up into a different area. But these people down here that feel they're below him, that are trying to control his dream, trying to make him do what they want him to do, that he's in a position where he's not giving into it. I feel like he is really realizing what he wants in his life, where he wants to head, and he's going to do it. And he's just not going to worry about everyone that's trying to bring him down and bust his dream. So I feel like he's going to kind of shock everyone and go a different direction than everyone thought he would. And that's going to be he's still going to have a solid foundation financially, but it's going to be in a career that people were like, What?" Because everyone was pushing him to go this way, and so everyone was like, okay, he's going to do this, and he's like, wait, where did he go? What? Where is he going? And but it's great because he is coming from this place of, I want to live my life, my dream, instead of doing what everyone else thinks I should do, right? All those brainwashed things we get of people hand us dreams when we're young, and it's like, this is who you're supposed to be. And you're like, oh, okay, we don't know any better as children, so we just take it all on, right? And but it's this clearing out of letting his heart sing, letting his heart, what it makes his heart sing, his soul sing, that he wants to go in that direction. So that's what they have for you right now, Kritika. So many blessings for you there. All right, Liliana, you are up next, and then Vrinda, you are up after that. Let's take a quick sip here. All right. So, hello, Liliana. You're so happy. Oh, thank you so much. I feel so much gratitude for all of you for getting over 1,000 subscribers in such a short amount of time. I was like, I had a goal of by the end of the year, and boom, you guys just nailed it like 2 months early. So I am excited for what's coming forward for us. So thank you guys so much for being a part of it. So Liliana, you want to know, will Ricardo, are they going to text you in December? You want to fix things, try to heal? All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know about Ricardo. Yeah, that's a lot of cards there. They said, no, that's not them. Let me just reshuffle this. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you got the Queen of Swords that comes in here first. And Swords is about communication. But it's also about thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. And I they're basically saying with this Queen of Swords that balancing your heart and your mind around communication. And they are basically saying that you don't have to communicate with them to fix things and heal a situation, because they're like, you can't fix the situation, you can't heal the situation between you and the other person. All you can do is focus on healing you and fixing the situation within you. Between your head and your heart is where the fixing needs to happen and the healing happens, right? The changing of the way you're looking at the situation in your mind, and what you felt in your heart. You get to take a look at what what something meant, what story you put around, well, this is what it means. You get to question that and go, is that what it has to mean? And instead of going, look what happened to us, look what happened for you. Why did I want that to happen? What did it teach me about my expectations and the stories that I put around situations like that? Also, what did I feel as I went through it? And do I need to continue to feel that way, or can I look at it from a different way? And the reason I'm saying all that is because you have the 3 of Wands and the Lover's card. The 3 of Wands is about changing direction. The Lover's card is about emotional choice, that you get to choose what emotion you feel in any situation, and they're having you look at how you like what emotional choice says that you made during the situation. And when you heal and you change and you transform emotions within you, the energy changes in the outside world. And then that is what would draw them to you to be able to do that. Because if you don't start in here, and they text you and you get to, whatever, you're not going to be able to do anything different because you're not thinking differently. You're not choosing differently. So it'll just blow up and turn back into part two of the whatever happened, right? So they're telling you about, with that Queen of Swords, look into your mind, look into your heart. What stories were you applying? What emotions were you choosing? How can you think differently? How can you choose differently of your emotions? And then when you do that, that'll change the energy. You may not even have to have this desire to fix it with them, because you fixed it within you. And him fixing it within himself is his job, not yours. So he gets to figure out what his soul wanted him to learn through the situation. You can't learn for him. You can't take any tests or quizzes for him. You can only look and see what it was impacting with you. So, but if spirit, like your higher selves, felt that once you guys do that inner work, it's important for you to come back together, then you will. But sometimes you don't even have to, because you've solved it within you, and you've released the need for it to fix it with someone else. So that's what they have. That was pretty deep, but that's what they have for you, Liliana. Many blessings. All right. So Brenda, you are up next, and then Sio Shanta, you are up after that. So Brenda. Should you ask your mother-in-law to attend Jai's puja? Okay, let me take a look here and see. And then you also want to know, is his soul connected to it? Okay, we'll look into that too here together. So as far as attending that And I kinda chuckled at this because I'm like, this might be how you think about his mother your mother-in-law at times. "She's the devil!" But this is not her. This is your shadow, showing you and rattling your cage about your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets. Um, I would say, yes, they do want you to reach out about attending it, but just know that this is going to be a lesson, an awareness that's coming in for you. So I would almost say, with all of that, it's like be prepared for no, be prepared for worst case scenarios, and so that you can pre choose to come from a place of unconditional love and understanding, and instead of that it's she's doing it to you, realize that it's being done for you. So if they are like, no, we don't want you to attend that, then you can, okay, well, thank you, um, for at least considering it. If you change your mind, let me know. Hang in there. Instead of like, "You devil woman, why won't you let me go?" You know? So there'll be a difference, and this is the opportunity that your shadow's bringing forth for you to see how far you have come in such a short amount of time. And so they definitely are saying, "Yeah, do it, but prepare yourself for it. Realize your power. This is you. You are the magician. Whatever you focus your magic wand at is what expands and grows. So if you focus in on the anger and the victimhood of that they are doing these things to you, boom, that just expands and grows even bigger. But if you focus in on the forgiveness and the gratitude, for the things that she did do for you in your life. And if you can find those, even if it's just one, just write it over and over and over again, like in a gratitude journal. She did this. She did this for me. Like, was she a great grandma to your grandchild? Whatever it might be. Focus on what you're grateful for with her. Um, Understanding that she lost, her son, right? And going, okay, so let me honor, where do I face that wand? And they're just saying that you have that energy because you can balance the energy, the four of wands, instead of having it, being and out of control energy, which is what happens when we go into fear, right? So when we go into fear, we make their decisions about us instead of that this is about them. Then there's this battle that ensues. But when you approach it with love, then that changes the whole energy and the whole tone, and people sense it. It's a place of out of compassion and love, reaching out, and if they're like, "Brr," that means they're in fear, and it's like, okay, you know, honor their fear, honor their emotions, honor their loss, whatever they're going through, and don't make it about you, make it about love and the love that you have towards another soul. Even though it's hard, I know when people have done things that have ignited our fear, our little inner child goes, "Oh, I'm moving into unsafe, uncomfortable territory." But it's like, just hug your inner child as you approach it with love, if you so choose, um, because they do have the Prince of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords, which is the movement of thought and belief and mindset. It's the Ace of Swords connects you to the capital T truths of the higher realm, which are rooted in unconditional love. And it allows you to cut away the expectations and the thoughts and the beliefs of the fears of losing a conditional love. Does their decision about me mean something about me? No, not unless you want it to. Their decisions are about them and their fears. If it's not an a response of unconditional love from them, then it's a response of fear. And so instead of us judging someone for being in fear, we can see it as a cry for love themselves. And, can blow our mind if like, no, I don't want you to be there. And like, all right, I understand. Thank you for considering it. I give you lots of love and thank you for everything you've done for me. But thank you. If you change your mind, please let me know and you hang in there. They're like, what just happened? Because that's not the normal human response. And then when you're asking if if Jai's soul is connected to his mother, absolutely 100%. When we go to the other side, we drop our human ego, we drop our human fear, and we are just pure unconditional love. We get to release ourselves from this prison of fears that we're in, and we're by every single one of our loved ones in our life, all these soulmates that we chose to have here, family, friends, individuals, we can be everywhere all at the same time, giving love 100%, as if that is the only person we were with. So they are next to you, they're next to their mom, their dad, friends, brothers, sisters, whatever, people that they love that are still here, they are by all their sides at the same time. And they don't have to agree with someone's ego because they just love them for who they are. They understand people's fears. They understand the human journey of how we have no choice. When we believe a certain way, we have no choice but to act a certain way. But when we change our thoughts and our beliefs and our heart, we start changing. We start acting differently. But when we have all these beliefs, that we haven't challenged yet, we haven't questioned yet, then we just act a certain way because that's our habit. And they can't, and they're just like, that's their habit. That's all they know. They just focus on the love. And I think I mentioned to, well, as well, that when we go to the other side, we each are, um, we realize everything about ourselves immediately. All the choices I made, why I wanted to go through those things, why I wanted to pass the way I did, and the everything. We understand everything in an instant. In the second instant, we understand everyone else too, all our loved ones. Like he saw you from your womb, when you were in the womb, all the way up till you pass. They understand every emotion, every thought, everything you've went through, and they're in awe of it. Same thing with his mom. He got to see his mom's life all the way, from when she was in her mother's womb. He get to see the entire experience of her entire life. He understands her so much more and has so much compassion on her and everyone else. And so that's where people, when we pass and go to the other side, we think they hold grudges or judgments, or they're watching and oh my God, what do they think? They're like, there's just one thing that we think and feel on the other side, and that is love. Unconditional love, no conditions. They just have this compassion and this love for all of us. So hopefully that brought some clarity and some peace, and just prepare if you do decide to go through asking, prepare, go over it over and over and over your head about she's going to say no and she's going to be the devil woman about it. And how am I going to respond differently than I did before? And do a lot of breathing, deep breathing, to take yourself out of fear before you do it, so that you don't approach it like a cat ready to attack. And then she's a cat ready to attack. And then you have a cat fight instead of purring cats who are giving love instead. So that's what they have for you, Brenda. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right, Sio Shanta, you are up, and then Dollface Diva, you will be up after that. I want to go over here to the Sacred Destiny for your general for the weekend here, Sio Shanta. Let's see what they have to say. It is snowing outside, so if you see me look out the window, it's because it's like a little snow globe at times, and I love it. Too bad there's not like a snap sign like, Brother Zen, come back. Where did you go? Wow, look at this. So you've got the forgiveness card and this beautiful new moon. Yeah, and we do have, it's a new moon we have, I think, coming up next week, right? Let me just take a look here. Yeah. And it's a new moon in Sagittarius that's coming up next week too. So I love that new moon energy. Let's see what they have for you here. It says, as the sun sinks behind the horizon and the reds and oranges turn to lavenders and deep purples of the ensuing night, the day is complete. Sunset signifies that a new cycle has begun. As each star emerges into the velvet sky, we enter a realm of the dark unknown, where magic and even the mystery of life itself seems to shimmer above us. To be regretting that the day is done is to miss the glory of the starry heavens above. So, this card brings to you a message that it is human to want to hold on to the past, our memories, experiences, and relationships. However, there can be times when we are carrying so much of the past that we can't fully see the present. The past doesn't need to equal the future. Just because you had a pattern or a reoccurring challenge in the past doesn't mean that it needs to recur in the future. I love this for you. The key is to be willing and ready to simply and cleanly let go of the hold that the past has on you. The past is gone, and it's okay to let it go. The way to do this is to fully immerse yourself in the here and now. Be super aware of the sights, the sounds, the smells, the textures, and energy of your present. When you do this, the past simply vanishes and the glory of the present emerges. Wow. I am loving that for you. I feel like with what we've talked about, so perfect, right? So love that message. So many blessings to you, Sia Shanta. Enjoy your beautiful weekend being in the present. So I love it. Many blessings. All right. Dollface Diva, you are up. And then Kiki Queen, you are up after that. Whoops. Let me just scroll back here. There it is. So, a general for the weekend as well. I like that. And I feel like actually they want to go back to the sacred destiny. So, let's take a look here. So, what would you like Dollface Diva to know about her weekend? All right. Came flying out. Oh, yeah. Because you got potential. Look at that beautiful card. I love these images on these cards. So you have potential. Let's see what comes in with that one. It's the volcano at rest. I love it. Your fire energy. Volcanoes erupt in places where the Earth's plates meet and where there are cracks through which lava emerges, either explosively or by flowing more slowly down a cinder cone. Even when a volcano is at rest, there's always the possibility of a huge eruption. There is the potential of great power, and there are very few things on this planet more commanding than an erupting volcano. The archetypal personality of a volcano is one of a wild, unpredictable, and formidable energy. So, this card appears when you're ready to activate your potential and step into your strength. This is a time to activate those gifts that you've had on the back burner in your life. You have incredible, untapped potential. This is the time to allow it to flow. An inner wellspring of power is emerging. You have a profound spiritual power that is deep within you. Do not doubt your great authority and capabilities. A dormant volcano might indicate that you have uncomfortable emotions that you are repressing or keeping inside, thus creating emotional stress and inner pressure. It can also mean that you are on the verge of a great expansion of energy and life force. Wow, I like that. So your weekend seems to be full of potential in a variety of ways there. Whichever ones of those resonated with you, I feel like it's a good weekend. I almost feel like it's a weekend for you to go into your dormant volcano. It's like make sure you don't have to be a total hermit, but definitely make sure you spend some time to yourself reflecting on that because I feel like it's the perfect energies that are coming up, especially now that that new moon was brought to our attention, new moon in Sagittarius, which I'm finishing up the recordings, which will come out tomorrow with the energies. And I feel like what's coming through is a big reflection time for us because Jupiter is also going into its post shadow. So it's been in retrograde, which Jupiter does have this energy of higher spiritual things and looking at things. And now that we're coming into the post shadow, it's moving us from being way, way, way deep inside to looking at what have I learned? How am I going to apply that as Jupiter starts moving forward again? So I like it for you, Dollface Diva. A nice weekend of reflection. All right. So Kiki Queen, you are up, and then Sudeshna Ghosh, you will be up after that. So Kiki, you want to know how can you heal your heart and a general reading for the rest of the year about love. Okay, let's take a look here and see what they have. Just gonna take a quick drink here. All right. What would you like to share with Kiki? Okay. Okay. So, asking how you can heal your heart, you do have the Two of Wands that is coming up, which is a very powerful card around your energy. It's your drive, your passion, your inspiration, your overall energy in your life, and it can be impact emotional energy. The Two of Wands brings a very powerful message that you have two two places that you focus your energy, and whatever you focus your energy on is what grows, right? And so when we focus on like the pain and what's missing and what someone did and how someone disappointed us and all those delicious emotions, we are here to feel those. But when we're done, when like because you're asking how you can heal it, it means you're done. You've had enough of it. You're like, okay, how do I get out of this? I've been looping and reviewing all this stuff and it feels like it's just been growing. How do I stop this? How do I transform it? And they are by looking somewhere else, which is looking at what you're grateful for in your life. What are you, even if you look at the situation that where the heartbreak happened, what are the things that you enjoy about it? Not the things that brought you pain and that you didn't want, but what are you grateful for? And I know it's kind of weird at first when you're like, that devil, why would I want to, focus on what that devil did nice that I liked? It was just all a facade. I'm like, no, they had good intentions. Humans have good intentions, and then fear, you know, blows up relationships. But we have good hearts. We all at our core are beautiful, powerful, spiritual beings that are made of unconditional love. And so we're able, each moment, we either are focusing on the unconditional love energy of above, or we're focusing on the fears of losing conditional love energy of the human existence. And whatever one we focus on is what expands and grows, like that famous Native American story about a grandfather speaking to their grandchild. And the grandfather said, whatever, every human being has a white wolf of light and a dark wolf of shadow inside of them. They're always battling. And the curious grandchild asked, well, which one wins? And his grandfather answered, whichever one you feed. And so we get to stop feeding things we don't want to grow in our life, and we begin to feed the things we do want in our life. And so we transform the energies around that. And when you do that, as you transform your energies, what you're focusing on, then what begin to see what was conflict before between two individuals, five of wands, strife, it changes and transforms our energy because we start to see things from a whole different perspective than we do from the human fear one, because the human fear realm teaches us that when people do something, they're doing it to us and they have it out for us, and that their um, motivation that they had inside was against us. When we see things from the higher perspective, from that energy of unconditional love and gratitude and what we do want in our lives, we start seeing that their actions were not about me. Their actions were about them, about their fears. Like, I talk a bit about like my parents' relationship when they were very, very young, between my older brother and me being born. My dad, he wandered from the marriage and it devastated my mom. It cut her heart very deep for 16 more years. It, probably happened over and over and over again, but she tried so hard because she felt it was her job to make him happy, and that anything he did was, a slap to the face of her, right? But she realized later that it wasn't like his actions were because he was unhappy and he was in fear. He was trying to feel lovable and acceptable, and marriages weren't doing it for him. And they continue not to do it for him because he just got married to his final love of his life, which he's grown so much. He's found his happiness on his inside. And I love to see that he's been through that journey, but when he wasn't, he was miserable. He was trying so hard to fill his heart with things. And it wasn't, she couldn't. It wasn't her job to make him happy. It wasn't her job to make him fulfilled. And to say all of that is to show us that um, their actions are out of fear, not about us. That when we go into fear mode, we're gone and we're just doing things to try to feel safe and try to feel in control again, whatever that may be. And it's usually unkind, selfish, unloving, stupid things, because when we go out of our minds, it's like Spirit's been saying lately, we go into our cat mind. We have a cat mind inside of us, our survival instinct. When we go into fear, we and fight, or we and take off running. It's the fight or flight. And when that ignites, our human brain is locked outside of the action center. And so we're not making intelligent decisions. We're not making loving, caring, thinking about other decisions. It's a cat. The cat does what it's going to do. And that's what happens. And so we all can heal our hearts when we look and understand that people's actions were really not about us. It was all about them. And the thing that we can do is look at, how did I feel? What was I believing about myself because of their actions? And it transforms your heart. It transforms how you look at things, and it changes your whole perspective of how you relate your worth to the outside world. Which brings in your last two cards, which is all about the Pentacles. The King of Pentacles has that whole journey of the Pentacles, and the Princess of Pentacles, the page, is offering you a new Ace of Pentacles, which the Ace of Pentacles is the change of how you relate yourself to the outside world, how you relate your worth to the outside world. And the King of Pentacles offers the wisdom that he learns through the Four of Pentacles, which is when he defined his worth by the outside world, he felt unstable. And, because when they look at basically three areas we're told to define our worth by, right? Relationships, situations like job, education, whatever kind of circumstances that we get ourselves into. There's certain things we're told define us. And then also, things like our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions, all that. So 3 buckets. Well, relationships, obviously, we probably everyone in this chat room, we know people change or people pass away. Relationships, unstable, right? Everyone believe that? Yep, right? And then situations, jobs, all that never stay the same. Things are always changing in the outside world, right? And things and our bodies, all that break down, deteriorate, blow up, catch on fire, stolen. So all those outside things are so unstable, and we're looking for stability in our heart, because that's what our inner child wants, right? It wants solidity, stability, it wants things to be in control, not unstable, always changing. So eventually we become disappointed enough in those things in the outside world that we turn inward and upward to where that's where the King of Pentacles finds finally stability, and then defines our worth by that, which is the unconditional love of the higher realms. That from where we come from. Unconditional, not one condition, because it just takes one condition to make it conditional. There's no conditions. And that means we can't lose it, and that there's nothing that we have to do to gain it. It's just ours for being who we are. And then it's also eternal, never ending. So never ending and unconditionally can't lose it. Very strong stability. So all of this is for everyone, of course, but this is how we heal and transform the fear we have in our heart that feels like heartbreak, but it's fear. When someone goes boo and scares you, that pain, like the little, we feel like we're having a heart attack for a moment. It's because our body was startled and it wants to protect. And that's what happens when we fear that we're rejectable and unlovable by someone's actions. And we keep looping it. And that's why it feels like heartache continues because we don't step out of it. When we get a shock, we see, okay, it's not nothing to be afraid of. It was my, silly brother, scaring me, jumping out of the closet. Okay, I'm safe. The heartbreak dissipates. But when we keep thinking that person cheated on me, that person cheated on me, that person cheated on me, the heartbreak continues. And so this is where the healing happens. This is your general read about love for the rest of the year, is for you to reflect and understand that, because you're being offered a new way to look at your worth that comes from inward and upward rather than outward. So that's what they have for you and anyone else that resonated with for Kiki Queen. So many blessings to you. Sending you lots of love. All right. So moving down, we have Sudeshna Ghosh. You are up next. And then Cynthia Brito, you're up after that. So Sudesh, current feelings and next actions of SK towards you. All right, let's take a look here. What are their feelings and next actions? Okay. Anything else? Okay. Yep. So I like this. I chuckled because you have an ace, which is one. You have the two of swords and the three. It's like 1, 2, 3. Easy, easy. It's like it's unfolding perfectly by the numbers. Ace of Swords, like their current feelings, they are going through really trying to um, understand their thoughts, their beliefs, their mindsets, because they're at the Two of Swords, which they're at this decision point here. And you can see how there's, like I said, they're like at a fork in a road, and they're deciding what their next actions are, what's unfolding, blah, blah, blah. And they're kind of battling between their heart and their mind, um, which makes sense because I feel like they are very much a thinker, very much a planner, very much in their mind a lot, right? And so their heart's demanding attention too. And so they're at this point where they're going back and forth between They have emotions, they have feelings that are inside, but their mind is deciding like, what am I going to do with this? I have all this other stuff I want to do, but the heart goes like, but I need to feel and I want importance too. But the mind is like winning over the heart right now. But I feel like there is going to be this newness that's coming, this new birth, because the Empress is about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and birthing. And rabbits, so it's all this stuff that's coming in, this harvest and stuff. So I feel like it's coming soon, the change. Like the heart is battling and it's going to win eventually, because it always does eventually, because the mind gets weary but the heart is full. And so I feel like they will make action soon, but the heart has to win over the head for a little bit. And I feel like their brain is so involved in so much stuff in the outside world, because they are in the hunter provider mode of the divine masculine or masculine energy, which is I need to have security. I need to have, what do I have to offer? I need to have this stuff in place because I'm the provider, and they're like super focused on that. So emotion takes second place when we as humans, because we all have divine masculine, divine feminine, but when our divine masculine, that masculine side of our energy kicks in, it's all about the tasking and the stuff, and emotions get pushed and sent to the back. So that's what's happening right now. But it's 1 2 3, it's they're very much have this plan that has to happen, and they are not budging from it. So as far as yeah. So you got the temperance card, because I asked, well, can you tell us about timing, balance and patience. So of course, whenever we get a card of patience from spirit, they're always saying that your life, your love life and stuff, or if you're looking for a career, whatever it is, whenever the pause button is on, it's because they're having us focus on us and look at our heart, and what we can expand with our self love with ourselves, because that allows us to raise our vibration and our energy to magnetize us to bring in something that is aligned with that. And if we are not working on our vibration, we draw in something else. And so that's why they pause, because they don't want it to go and you attract things that are not of your highest experience. So they slow down the movie to frame by frame till we work on our heart and our expansion of our self love. And then that opens up the and speeds up the movie the more we work on here. So that's what they have for you right now, Sadeshna. So hopefully that resonated. Many blessings to you. All right, Cynthia, you are up, and then Benita Bala, you will be up after that. All right. So Cynthia, will you get a job soon? Oh, from Chicago. You chose a good time to go south, right? All that winter weather is hitting now. So let's take a look here. Will you get a job soon? And any information around the job. Whoa, okay. All right. Anything else? Well, I like that you got the sun card, because not only are you in sunny Florida, but this is victory. This is yes, 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 absolutely yes. You will get a new job soon. And I like that. See if I can get it to focus a little bit. Come on. I just want it to focus. So this is your focus. Okay, so they're talking about focus, because in addition to that, you also have the Two of Wands, which is about our focus, where you're focusing your energy. And so what helps you move it faster to bring it towards you is the movement of where you are um, uh, focusing your energy in. So if you have fears of like, I'm not going to be able to find a job, and I'm not finding a job, and that it has to be this type of job, and that energy is expanding that, right? So, what spirit is challenging you to do is to take some deep breaths, um, and maybe even go to the beach, somewhere where it's calm and serene for you, and refocus your energy and go, okay, what I want, um, and what I'm grateful for, focus on those energies. And then just allow the universe to bring it to you. Just start with gratitude. I know you're bringing me the perfect job for me. Show me, guide me. I want to listen. And I almost feel like because you're talking about, I think you said you don't have a car and it's far to jobs and stores and all that. But is there a work from home job? Is what I hear. You don't need a car. You don't need to be near places as long as you have internet these days. There's so many jobs that you can do from home with after COVID, especially. A lot of them have transitioned that. And if not that, then um, ask spirit to show you how that can change. Is it a job where they'll come pick you up and take you with them? I'm like, what I saw, and this is not like spirits saying this is what you should do, but there's because they're reminding me of a friend who didn't have a car and everything, and they worked for I forget what Mary Maids, I think is what it is. And they would clean homes, and it just so happens that her boss, who was running the business and would go clean, lived like a block away. And she's like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll just come by and pick you up each day." Boom! It was like things that were solved outside of our way of looking at things. And I feel like moving the energy from a place of desperation and fear, and that this is the situation, it's impossible, to like possibilities and gratitude, and change the energy, because you have that sun card. It's like things will happen. There's a beautiful, beautiful opportunity that's coming your way. Yeah, and here you go, Ace of Wands. So really taking a hold of your energy and where you're focusing it changes everything. So I love that for you. So thank you for the question, and many blessings to you. Hang in there. Things are coming. All right. So Benita, you are up, and then Kay, you will be up after that. So Benita. So Capricorn, you had a serious convo. Okay. That you are too good for him. Oh, that he will not hurt you. Okay. Let's take a look here. It feels like he was trying to pay you a compliment. And he didn't do a very good job. Let's take a look here. So let's take a look. What did he mean by this? Yeah. So you've got the Four of Swords, which is peace of mind, and Princess of Swords, which is Page of Swords. And so this new communication is what I feel this is representing. He was trying to put your mind at ease, but he didn't. He failed. He didn't do the job that he was hoping that he'd do there, because um, yeah, with all of these emotions here too. So got all these cups. So there's Three of Cups is joy, and the Four of Cups is um, like a solid emotion or stable emotions, emotional stability, and Seven of Cups. I feel like this is what he was trying to avoid with confusion around emotions. He wanted to be very clear and have joy, and wanted you to feel like that the emotions that he had for you is very, full. Like there's this full and overflowing. But he's like, he gave you like the new moon and dimmed the light because he wanted that, but he got some. but he actually ignited some emotional confusion and mental questioning instead, which I think is his journey. This is like him with the Nine of Wands. He's trying to express himself and trying to put forward his energy and avoid blocks. And so that's good for him. He's trying to be strong and be the person that he wants to be for you. And he just needs a little more practice, is all. He just needs you to train him, right? But I do feel very solid in it because this is the Queen of Pentacles, which is new birth and um, abundance and Mother Nature, Mother Nurture going on in the outside world. And I kind of feel like here you are, him butting head instead of like, okay, what did you mean by that? But I feel like he was trying to tell you that you are like so much uh, out of his league, like he feels like he's saying, "I am lucky if you like me, and I will never hurt you because I feel like you are a gift to me, um, and I will never hurt you because I, they're so grateful to have you in their life that they're saying that they would never hurt you." And so that's what what he was trying to get across. He's just new to sharing his feelings and his emotions, and went from it up here um instead of a lot from down here. So, and you are from down here, not that you're not up here, you honor your emotions in your heart, and you're like, yeah, yeah, blah 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 up here, but show I want to feel it, I want to see it through my heart. And he sees through his brain. So you were almost speaking he was speaking brain language and you were listening with a heart ear. And it's like, okay, I've got to develop my brain ear to really understand what he's trying to say, so it interprets it, my brain interprets it for my heart, and he will get to learn to develop his heart speech so that um, that he can speak to your heart rather than to your mind. And so there will be this wonderful journey of developing that. But it was of great intent, of loving intent. But it went through his brain and it just kind of took away from it, like that full moon. Speaking through the brain diminished it. The heart, the full moon, right, feels the emotion. So that's what they have for your Benita. So just be patient with them. Work on developing your, like you said, your brain ear, so you can really go, okay, now let me just make sure, is this what you're um trying to tell me? But be nice about it. So I love it, Benita. Many blessings to you. All right, Kay, you are up. So, and then Natalia, you'll be up after that. So, what is ER's feeling towards you at this very moment? Okay. I'm being drawn here. That E is jumping out, and I have the Oracle of E, I guess. So let's see what message they have for you regarding their feelings for you at this very moment, right here, right now. Let's see what emotions they have for you. Oh no, wrecking ball. What did you do to him? We don't do things to each other, I know. We do things. What did you do for him in his life right now? It says, "Psst, just so you know, a wrecking ball is not necessarily a sign of destruction. It's more like a blessed invitation for brand new, exciting things to blossom. All you need to do is change your perspective. Let's get this renovation started." So I like this because the energy, the emotions that he's feeling, he's changing his perspective. I feel like whatever happened between you guys just very recently, that it was kind of like disappointing inside. Like they wanted this but they got this, and then they're changing their perspective going, "Okay, this was about me. I want to," like, they're changing their perspective. They're like, "I'm gonna let that go, and I'm gonna really focus on this and look at it as a blessing, that this is a renovation, things are changing, things are evolving, things are, transforming." And that's the emotions that I feel with it. So it started off. I mean, 46 is is a 10, which is endings and new beginnings, and I feel like that's what's kind of happening with the emotions. Is that whatever happened, it is this change. It is this change of perspective, and that it doesn't need to be seen as destructive. It could be seen as constructive instead, moving something out to allow something else in. Um, so I kind of feel like that's what their feelings towards you are right now is whatever happened, it did take them off guard and by surprise, but they're um, gonna. I think this is for both of you, that you both are going to be looking at it from a different perspective and doing that. So hopefully that made sense and that resonated there for you. All right. So, Natalia, well, many blessings to you, Kay. Natalia, you are up. Hey, Alex. Hello, hello. And EE, will you get a raise at work? So you'll be next after that. And then Alex, you'll be after that. So, Natalia, you are up with why is that Sagittarius ignoring you? Okay. So let's take a look here. Okay, anything else? All right. And then these two. Okay. So the reason why this is happening, and this is going to be, you have two different viewpoints. You have the viewpoint of spirit letting you know that why is this in your life happening for you right now, and then they also gave the reason why they are the Sagittarius is ignoring you. So why it's happening for you is this, um, looking at expectations, having you pointing inward on your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets. And it does have to do about your worth because you have the Five of Pentacles here, which is about these feelings of feeling abandoned, out in the cold, um, left behind kind of energy, which makes sense again, like being ignored. But this goes deeper than that, right? This is just a ripple of things that happened earlier in your life that is a mirror for you to reflect back and understand why it is you feel certain ways about yourself. And it goes back to your past. And it's great that this is coming up because it is freeing for you. The five is a change of how you felt about yourself and where it is changing to. The Queen of Swords is all about, she has the Ace of Swords, which allows you to see things from a different perspective and allows you to go in and cut away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you anymore. You can see all the butterflies here, which help with your transformation and of how you're looking at things. And this is helping you balance out your life because the Justice card does tell us about the balancing the small t truths, which are those thoughts and those beliefs that we have that are rooted in the fears of losing a conditional love, and those get balanced out with connecting to higher knowledge about how you are truly unconditionally loved by the higher realms and seeing things from a different perspective. And so there is this balancing out that happens. I mean, you have, I don't think I pointed it out, but the queen has the Ace of Swords, and then the Justice card also has the Ace of Swords here. And so this is this balancing out. This Ace of Swords is that higher connection. And I did post earlier, actually, it's further down the chat from where you're asking your questions, but from this point of the video, it's up where the justice portal from 1111, and I really, whenever the justice card is popping up, they're just telling me, go look at your moon sign and your Venus sign, because there's readings for each individual zodiac sign. There's additional information to help you with that transformation and looking at those things. But the why, so Spirit is saying why this has come into your life right now is for you to understand and free yourself from some of these old beliefs about your worth, to free you for other things in the future. The why the Sagittarius is ignoring you right now, um, is so new love and third party, random motion here. So I feel like they have this other love interest that is distracting them, in their life, which again really ignites that ugh in the heart of, well, what's wrong with me? Well, that's what the you know why spirit is bringing this, why your higher self wanted to experience this right now, to be a mirror and ask yourself, why am I ignoring myself? What about me am I is myself trying to get my attention to have me look at these things and transform it? So how am I ignoring myself? And this transformation and this freedom that comes from this, for what is to come in your future. And so now is the time that your higher self wanted this to happen. So that's what they have for you right now, Natalia. So I know, but it is for you. Just to try to remember, this is for me, and it's going to free me and bring me something in alignment that's more in alignment with who I am, not doing what I've done and gotten what I've, had before. It feels like this is a repetition thing, right? I know with me it was. I'm like, oh, you're number five. Why do I keep attracting the same type of person? Oh, because it's for me. My mirror, I finally, it's like our mirrors will continually bring us what we want to see about ourselves until we see it. And then when I see it, I don't need that mirror anymore. So that's why it's a good thing and it's happening for you. Right, Natalia? Many blessings. Hang in there. All right. EE, you are up next. Just continue going down here. And then Alex, you will be up. All right. So, will you get your raise at work? EE, let's take a look here. So I like this endings and new beginnings coming in here for you, because the 10 of Wands does show that you, two things. One, that you've been putting a lot of effort into this, investing a lot of energy. And it also represents a harvest that, because you invest a lot of energy, you're walking away with all of this. So with both of these, coming across just that way, I really feel like this is a yes, because it not only you get the reward and you get recognized for all the energy that you put into it. Now you have a new spark. You have this new inspiration, because you really feel like you are recognized and that all the effort that you put in was worth it. So I like this brightness, this new energy that comes in through all of this. So definitely, a clear message for me with those two for you. So many blessings to you there, EE. That's what you have. All right, Alex, you would like a general, and then Rabia, you will be up after that, and then Megs. All right. Uh, you'd like a general reading, and I am being drawn to the Oracle of E for you. I thought it was EE that we were going to get the Oracle of E4, but it was actually you. All right. So, Alex, you've got the Magic Carpet, card number 42. And don't worry, I'm not going to burst out into lyrics from Aladdin. It says, go ahead, open it. It's your invitation for a personal magic carpet ride to anywhere you want to go. You don't even need to send an RSVP. Jump aboard, my friend. You are on your way to enchantment and miracles. So I do like that for you because this is about you opening up to receiving, opening up to feeling like you're worthy of receiving this thing, receiving these things into your life, and that opening up to this trust that you one you are worthy, and two that the universe is kind, the creator has this desire, and you're surrounded by all these invisible beings that want to help you understand your magic of how whatever you focus on in your life grows. But they want to show you that even without you doing things, you are worthy of getting some stuff brought to you. There's this balancing of divine masculine and divine feminine energy that's coming into your life because they're showing me both Aladdin and Jasmine on the magic carpet and showing that these are two sides of you. The divine masculine is that the manifestation where you invest your energy is what grows in your life, and because you do that, things happen and you go places. But also, the divine feminine energy is about asking for a wish and allowing it to come to you without you doing a dang thing about it. So there's two different sides of this coming in here for you, and I really like it because I feel like there's one, like you feel like you have to do everything, you have to manifest everything, but also there's this, wait, I can just ask and they want to bring me things. And so I feel like this is a big change for you that's coming up in the balancing between the two. And that's what message they have for you, Alex. So many blessings to you. All right. Rabia, you are up, and then Megs. All right. And you want to know, is Karam married? Let's take a look here. See what Spirit has to say. Okay. Anything else? No. Nope, they are on their own. They have the Hermit card, which is all about to themselves, and, also there's the, they might have been married. They were in a committed relationship of some sort because there's an ending of a major cycle in the beginning. So whatever they had either is ending, um, but they are definitely by themselves. They've had an ending in there in the new beginning of their life that's going on there, because they also got the Judgment card, which means a variety of things, but they're really focusing in on the double endings and double new beginnings. So, which comes before, you know, this is card 20, this is card 21. So this happened and, rolling in there. So, they are not. And then they are at a decision point in their life. And I feel like this is a decision that had been made recently, not recently, but recent, recent, not recently. Recently is like last week, but recent is like the last 6 months. I feel like that they had this parting, whatever committed relationship they had, but yeah. But I feel with that Hermit, they are alone. So that's what they have for you, Rabia. So many blessings to you. All right, Migs, you are up. And then Zorisa Gol, you'll be up after that. So you'd like a general reading for the weekend. I like it. I'm going to go to these Sacred Destiny cards for your general read. So what do you have for Migs? Hopefully everyone has been having a wonderful day. I got a little snow globe going on outside my window. It's like 12 degrees out. I know. That's Fahrenheit. Celsius, what's that? Probably minus 15 or something. All right. Yay, what a weekend. Success. Got beautiful card. Let's see what they have for you. So, whatever you have planned, it turns out to be feeling like a successful weekend. This is the tropical jungle. So, tropical jungles are some of the richest and most successful habitats on our planet. They have incredible diversity, a multitude of plant varieties, and animal inhabitants. They are dense with life force that is rapidly growing and rapidly changing. The lushness of their vegetation is essential to the ecological health of the earth. In many ways, the success of the planet depends on the rainforest. And these areas are called the lungs of the planet. So the plants absorb carbon dioxide, produce oxygen, and help reduce the impact of worldwide climate change. In addition, thousands of plant and animal species that may have medical properties have yet to be discovered. So, this card brings you a message that satisfaction, contentment, and fulfillment are at hand. Wow, what a weekend! Success is waiting to expand in your life. Be ready to accept and embrace this success, for it might occur rapidly. All is possible. The gates of triumph are waiting to open. Being in a state of gratitude for all the small successes in your life will give birth to larger ones. Your satisfaction will come in many forms and from many areas of life. Celebrate it all and breathe it all in, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. This is an excellent time to make commitments, sign contracts, and make deals because good fortune will ensue. All right. Well, Megs, it sounds like you're going to have a great weekend. So, a lot of gratitude. I feel is going to be in each moment. If you do that, even bigger things will happen. So, I'd like it for you. So many blessings to you. All right. So, Zarissa, you are up next, and then Petra, you will be up after that. All right, lost my place. Let me just scroll back here. There it is. And thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up you've given the video already. It just helps spread the huge wave of love to the world. And so I really, really, really appreciate you being a part of that. So thank you so much. I know it's a little small thing. What, a little click? I'm like, no, YouTube algorithm looks strongly at likes. And it just makes them send out videos that are on my channel as recommended videos for other people as well. So it's just like, wow, a little thing. And it's free, the best price. Right? All right. So back on track here. Let me take a quick drink here. All right. So, what are the current feelings of Sultan for you? All right, let's take a look here. Is there and see what Spirit would like you to know? Let's see what we have here. All right. So they are kind of on the fence here. And it this doesn't have to do with you necessarily, because they are balancing out their outside world and they're trying to really get through here because what they're balancing between, um, let me do it this way, are these two things. So they have you, this new opportunity, this growth that they're having, and this opportunity for them to expand their emotions and how they relate their worth to the outside world, and so they see that on one hand. So they do bring in this. Um, it feels like a new opportunity for this change in their life, right? But on the other hand, they have this double ending and double new beginnings and heartbreak and sorrow and disappointment from the past, which is really weighing down the other. And so there's like these scales that are going back and forth. in their mind and in their heart about they really like you, they really see the opportunities of their outside world, but on the other hand, it's like this fear of being heartbroken again and disappointed and betrayed and whatever this heartbreak was, is keeping them, I would say balanced, but it's keeping them, at bay. It's keeping them from really moving and jumping forward because they've done it before and it really didn't work out, where their heart felt a lot of pain in the past because of it. So they have feelings for you, but they're also have a lot of feelings from the past that it's battling with. And so I just feel like there's this patience, of course, that comes in, and it's an opportunity while they're doing their balancing act is to look into you and see how that's mirroring things for you, right? What pain of your past makes you hesitant, and how can you look into that to remove that from your heart? Because the more you remove that from yours, your self-love expands, allows more love that you can give and receive back too. And so I feel like this is a mirror for you, to be able to look inside your heart as well. So I like it for you because it is going to be freeing for both of you. And then we'll see what happens going forward. They're like, to be continued. They're like, focus on here. And like, what about the future? Don't you want to give her hope and everything? And they're like, no, focus on this. They're like, mm-mm, to be continued. Don't need to know right now. Ah, I know. But that's what they have for you, Zarissa. So many blessings for you. All right, Petra, you are up. And then Prabeen, you will be up next. Will you become a multimillionaire? Hey, if you do, remember us. All right. And Petra, I don't think, let me see, I don't think you asked a specific question. So you are, um, okay. So what do you need to know right now? Thank you. Perfect. So you knew it was coming. Look at your connection. All right. So what do you need to know right now? And do we want cards? They do want you to have one of these reawakening the soul cards. Okay. Nope. It's like 5 cards. They're like, nope, we just need one. There it is. Look at that beautiful card. So you got purification. Beautiful butterfly wings. I was just reading about they have a shawl dance that the Native Americans do that's based on the butterfly dance. So I love that this is coming up here. Maybe. There it goes. So it mentions cleanse the heart, mind, and body to reflect the perfection of the soul. And there's a quote here from the Paramahansa Yogananda that says the ultimate truth is God, creator. And the creator is the ultimate truth, capital T truth. What you are before God and your own conscious, that is what you are. Even if the whole world misunderstands you, nothing's lost. You are what you are. I like that. Not looking at other people for defining your worth and who you are, right? And it says, look deeply into the sacred chambers of your heart. What do you see? Is there purity in your heart space? Do these chambers hold pain or joy? Who is residing in your heart just waiting to be forgiven? Can you love deeper and allow yourself to be loved more fully? Now, look deeply into your mind. What stories are being played? Is the energy of your thoughts positive or negative? Is your mind preoccupied with the past, the present, or future? Where do your beliefs come from? Are these beliefs really yours? What is your truth? Wow. Talk about reflective, right? Says take a moment to review your physical body. What do you see? Are you radiant from healthy food or burdened by toxic chemicals? Is your physical vehicle full of vitality or exhausted? Does your body temple need more exercise? Now, bring awareness to your energy field. Do you have clear, healthy boundaries? Are you authentic to yourself? Do you give yourself permission to say no? And now take a clear look around your environment. Do your living and workspaces need to be refreshed? Do you need to clean your closets? Do you need to clear the energy of your space? Do you feel happy and alive in your environment? Purify your heart, your mind, your body, and your space. This clearing is essential for your spiritual growth. Wow. And there's some introspection questions. I mean, you already had all those, but they have some more. And one, how can I purify my body, my mind, my heart, and surroundings? Number two, what would it feel like to be a pure reflection of love? Number three, what steps can I take towards creating a more purified and satisfying life? And number four, are my thoughts, my beliefs, and actions pure? I like that. And the affirmation for the card, I know that my soul is the perfection of God, and I claim that perfection. Yes, you are a perfect being. All this other stuff that it was talking about is what is standing in between your mind, your heart, your body, your surroundings, all of that. What's standing in between that and realizing and reflecting the true, authentic you, not the ones that everyone has told you on the outside. So that is what they have for you, Petra. Wow, I love that for you. So many, many blessings. Um, and hang in there. Enjoy that reflection if you do choose to do that. That's a lot of great questions. All right, Prabeen, you are up next. And then Lilakoy Bonet, you are up after that. Let me take a quick drink here. All right. So, will you become a multi-millionaire, Prabeen? Whoa. What else? So they have ending of an old cycle and the beginning of a new. And they have the Six of Swords, which is moving from old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets to new beliefs and mindsets. And this is a good flow in your life. And I feel like they're saying that that's not going to matter. This question's not going to matter to you because of a change of mindset and thought and belief that comes about with this new ending and significant ending of a cycle in your life and a new beginning. So, um, in my own way, excuse me, I'm like, that means no in my mind. Which they like they tell me that. There was this great book, and I'm going to share it with you. Let me see if it's over here. Yeah. Because I read this year, and it's tapping into wealth. It's part of some curriculum that I have for this astrology class that I was taking, and it's so much more than because it's the tapping, methods that we can do. But it helps us get into our unconscious and our subconscious about our blocks to wealth and different things like that too. And I feel like they want me to share that because one of the things I used to play Powerball here a lot. Like I was like every single time for many, many, many months. When I read that, it did tell me it really cured me of my uh, desire for winning Powerball because it told me that my desire to feel like I had to win such a large amount of money had to do with the that I didn't trust the universe, that they were going to bring me what I needed in each moment, and I was trying to solve that for them. And it did bring, this awareness, and not necessarily that that's what I'm saying you're doing, but this desire and this interest in being a multi-millionaire. This If that book interests you, and if it resonates and you check it out, it does help us understand this perception and this drive, and it release so much weight to come back to this moment and to have a newer, trusting relationship also with the creator, with the universe, with source. So, if that resonates with you, check that out. But I feel like they're saying that you're going to have this change, this ending of old cycles, a new beginning that comes in that kind of makes that not matter because you have a change in your mindset about things. So, that's what they have for you. So, many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now. All right. Lecoy Bonnet, you would like a general reading, and then Strawberry Rose, you will be up after that. Excuse me, I'm just going to take a drink here. And let me see. I do. These Sacred Destiny cards want to speak today. So they will bring you your reading for your general reading. All right. What would you like for Liloquy? All right. This top one here. Look at this beautiful card. And this is Standstill. Let's see what message this brings in for you. So this is called Swamplands, is the name of the picture. And it says a swamp is a low-lying area with woody plants like shrubs and trees where water collects and saturates the ground. And during the rainy seasons, swamplands become overwhelmed with water. The edge of the swamp is often a quagmire of mud and silt, but an abundance of plants and swamp insects dwell there. Because of the sticky nature of the mud, it is often impossible to walk through swamplands. Even trying to maneuver with a boat can be difficult and treacherous because of dense vegetation. However, there is great value in swamplands. They act as natural flood control, as runoff can be temporarily stored in their basins. They keep the land around them from washing away, and lush vegetation provides a haven for nesting birds and waterfowl, as well as habitat to mammals such as beaver. Freshwater swamps near the Tigris and the Euphrates River in the Middle East are part of the Fertile Crescent and contributed to the fertility of the land for the earliest humans. So, this card brings in a message for you that says if it feels that some areas of your life have slowed down or even come to a standstill, you're right. Something is not progressing. Even if it seems that things are flowing, look beneath the surface. Perhaps something is immovable. The first step to becoming unstuck is to acknowledge where you are. The soul loves the truth. In life, you can either say, there are no weeds, there are no weeds, or you can notice the weeds and begin pulling them out. Notice what isn't working in your life, and then take slow, steady steps to unblock the barriers. In nature, when one is being sucked into mud, the worst thing to do is struggle. The best thing to do is slowly and carefully, one step at a time, extricate yourself. So I love the awareness, being aware of what is stuck in your life, what you want to move, and just have the truthfulness of to yourself of looking and seeing what it is, and then taking slow and steady actions toward stepping yourself out of it. So I like it for you because it is this kind of truthful time for you and your soul, and which is great because there's freedom from the stuck mud that comes after that. All right. So, Strawberry Rose, you are up. And you want to know, what can you do to protect yourself from bad people's bad intentions? Let's take a look here and see what Spirit has to say. These things go flying all over the place here. Okay. All right. Let's see what we've got going on here. Okay. Okay. So you do have the ending of major cycles, and the 10 of Pentacles normally means like wealth and abundance in the outside world, but I feel like these both 10 is ending, ending number, and I feel like there's this ending and this new beginning in your outside world. And you have the Page of Cups here, which can be new love, but I feel like this is more uh, being a being gifted this gift of unconditional love from above, because the Ace of Cups there, I love dolphins too. Oh, pretty. And he's got the lotus flower in his mouth too, which I like that because, you know, we go through, the lotus flower is such an amazing flower. It grows through mud. It's like it starts in muck and below, the mud and everything, and it makes its way all the way to the surface. And the lotus flowers is beautiful too, in that it raises the flower above the surface during the day to take in all the light, and then at night when it's dark it closes up and it goes below the surface to use all of its energy to process everything it had during the daylight. And so, what can you do to protect yourself from bad people's intentions? I really feel is Spirit saying that you move away out of the darkness, out of the dark situations, and you use all of your energy to focus on what you learned when you were in the light, right? And because you have the Queen of Swords here, which the Queen of Swords is a beautiful card of balancing between heart and mind. If it'll focus, come on, come on. There it is. So you see all the butterflies, and they're sitting on the clouds, but they are, and even they even have like a shadowy, ugly head that they have here. But this Ace of Swords allows you to see things from a different perspective, a higher perspective, one that's rooted in unconditional love. And it allows you to cut away the beliefs you have around bad people and bad intentions. And they're doing the quotes about bad because they are showing you that people are just people, and intentions are just intentions. So when we ask, what can I do to protect myself from people and their intentions? Okay. So first we change our mentality about um, how we're judging what the people are, who they are, and what their intentions are. And then we replace bad with fearing. So, what can I do to protect myself from fearing people who have fearful intentions? Uh, we can't change people's minds. We can't change people's intentions, but um, because people don't want to change their minds, right? We don't want to change our minds. I can't change your mind. what we do is we change people's hearts, right? And how do we change people's hearts? By unconditionally loving them, right? And so when people who are in fear, like bad people with bad intentions, are fearing people that are crying out for love. And when we change our whole mindset around that, things change because you have the justice card coming in here. And the Justice card is with this Ace of Swords, the same as the Queen. And they've come out together quite a bit in this session today. But that Ace of Swords is the same Ace of Swords here. And here's this beautiful butterfly of transformation that's changing the way we're perceiving things and balance things out in our lives, right? The yin and the yang there, showing that within every darkness there is light, and with every light there is shadow, meaning that we all have our human side, our fears, and they're expressed that way. And so this is being a mirror for you to see what of your own intentions towards yourself, what is considered bad or harmful, or what do you fear, right? So there's this awareness that's coming in through all of this to what you can do to protect yourself from them is remove the energy of badness that you have around them and surround both yourself and them in love. And I know it's like, what? Not them. I cannot love them. Well, look at those bad characters. It's just characters in a story. And behind every one of those characters, human characters out there, is a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being who's made of unconditional love. And that this mirror that's coming in here is for you so that you can see what about your own intentions towards others or yourself. What can you learn about those? And in all the darkness that's happening there, you have the star card, which is the hope card. This is your higher self as well, wish fulfillment card. But this is the Aquarian energy, which brings the loving, living waters of unconditional love from above to the world. And you're pouring it out into the emotions. So you pour it out and give it to yourself, and then these piranhas that we think are bad, these are your bad intentions, people. They also get to drink of that love, and that transforms the energy. Because whatever we focus on is what grows, right? It's what expands into our life. So um, that's where we start, because the bad that we're seeing is actually fear in ourselves. We fear what their actions and their intentions mean. And when we transform and don't focus on the fear and the what we don't want in our life and what we feel we're missing, we start focusing on gratitude and unconditional love. It transforms the energy all around us too and releases us from fear. So I do like that for you. And what a great question. I feel like that was for more than just you, of course. So thank you for asking that, because I think it'll benefit more than just you and I. So hang in there, Strawberry Rose. I send you lots of love and light to surround you and many blessings. So, all right. So, Patrick, you are up next. And let's see here. So, what is going on with your ex, Patrick? Let's see here. Okay. All right. Well, they are looking through their emotions. The 5 of Cups is like they're looking at the disappointments and the heartbreaks and those emotions that are related to fear and rejection and all those lovely things. And so they are going through that and reviewing that. They're preparing themselves for new love, though, with that 2 of Cups being right next to them. They are doing the reflection, down here into the water here. And the Princess of Wands is coming in, which is the Page of Wands. So there is new passion, new drive, new energy that is coming into their life. I feel like they're moving beyond these emotions and they're moving on up and allowing those things to come. I say that too because of the Ace of Swords, which is about new communication, new thought, new belief, new mindset, clearing away some old beliefs that they had about themselves. And let me see what is else is going on here. We had two other cards. Okay, yep, makes sense. So they have been doing a lot of the inner reflection with the high priestess. She goes into her high priestess temple away from everything, looks behind the veil, connects to the upper realms, dives deep into the emotions. So really she was in this really, really reflective period. Of course, we already talked about the reflection here, right? But walking away from emotions that no longer serve. So definitely they're in this process of letting go of the old emotions, letting go of a lot of that stuff to move into more of a wish fulfillment and where they're wanting to head in their life. So I do like that they're letting go of the emotions that they mourned. They looked into their heartbreak and um, all the other emotions that triggered the reflection in the mirror between you two, and but they are moving into a different era of their life, which is healthy, I feel, for them, because they are leaving behind a lot of the emotions that did what it needed to do, and now they're ready for the next stage. So that's what they have for you, Patrick. So many blessings to you. All right, Michelle Lezier. I always add my French. I don't know French. That's just my imagined pronunciation. But good morning to you. And you just want to know whatever comes out here. And I do want to pull from the Sacred Destiny cards. These are just so beautiful. And they are calling out to you. All right. And, all right. I like this for you. So you've got the Delight card. What a beautiful bird. Beautiful card. Let's see what comes in here for you. So this is the sparrow in the spring grass. And it says the sparrow gains its power from its numbers. In clusters, sparrows eat and forage, and predators are distracted and deterred, even intimidated by their numbers. Security and joy in numbers is a lesson of the sparrow. Within their community, sparrows are always busy, living life fully. Many cultures align the meaning of the sparrow with joy. And in the Middle Ages, the sparrow was thought to relieve suffering, help one triumph over hardships, and bring joy. So, this card coming into your reading today talks about that delight is expanding in your life. Clap your hands with glee, spend time with others, go to a community gathering, host a party. The joy you experience will give birth to immense creativity and your life will blossom. Share your happiness and elation with others, and it will grow by leaps and bounds. This isn't the time to be serious or buckle down and get to work. Woohoo! This is the time to be spontaneous and madcap. Do not make hard and fast commitments. Don't sign any legal documents or make any pledges right now. Don't make any promises, or you might not be able to keep them. Give yourself permission to have fun, lots of fun, especially in the community with others. So I like that. It is time for less seriousness and more joy in getting together. Host a party, attend a community event, let that joy, joy, joy come in, and it spawns um, the creativity and things to come your way. So I love that for you, Michelle. All right, everybody. I have been on for 2.5 hours, and so I'm not going to be able to get down to everyone in this session. The good news is that I will be back on in a few hours at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, which will be 6.5 hours. Oh, nope, 5.5 hours from now. Um, yeah, I can do math. So, if you are looking for a reading right away and you need an answer right now, I do have a boatload of pre-recorded readings, weekly energy updates, monthly readings for each zodiac sign. Actually, we have November and December's that are out there right now that just came out. And a bunch of others. So follow your heart. My playlist is on my main page of my Bretta Zen uh, YouTube channel. So if you just go to that, then you can find out which that spirit is drawing you to. I guarantee you there are messages there for you because that's how smart that they are. They will bring you to that. Again, thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you've given the video already. It helps the channel grow. It helps spread the love to the world. So thank you for being a part of all that. And as I mentioned, let me throw them back in here too. We are closing in on that subscriber giveaway where thanks to all of you, I was able to hit 1,000 subscribers already. And so this is your opportunity to win a 1 hour personal recorded reading. I'm going to be giving away 10. So if you haven't checked it out, I just put it down in the video down below in the chat room. I'm sorry. And then also, um, you still have time to enter the 30-minute giveaway for the personalized reading. And that's based on these weekly energy updates that they'll be out tonight. That's why I got to go. I got to go finish recording some. And those will be out at midnight tonight. But the ones that came out last week are the ones that you want to watch and comment on because those I will close out tomorrow after my morning session and pull a winner and announce that on Sunday. So some opportunities to win free readings. I'll be on several times this weekend, both tomorrow and Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain, and then of course every night of the week, 7 p.m. Mountain. So if I wasn't able to get to you now, hopefully the earlier you get into there, I'm usually on about 2.5 hours. Um, the earlier you get into the reading, chances I can get through a lot of people. But but I really wish I could stay on much longer and help everyone hear their messages from spirit. So tune in again, check out those general readings that will have messages for you, or catch me on the next one. And thank you guys so much again for all your love, all of your likes and all your comments. They warm my heart. And please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until we until we show up again here in chat, please know that I love you. Hang in there. Take care of yourselves. Have a great night, a great day, wherever you're out in the world, and we'll see you soon. Take care.